Hi students, in today's class I am going to explain about D and L configurations from stereochemistry. This D and L configurations were given by the scientist Fischer. There is no full form for this D and L configurations, and there is no correlation between capital D and small d, capital L and small l. This capital D means, the small d means dextrorotatory, that means plus form. This small l means levorotatory, that means it is minus form. These two values are coming from under experimental conditions only, not under hypothetical conditions. See, this D and L configurations are maybe enantiomers or diastereomers. And especially this D and L configurations applicable for carbohydrates and amino acids. How can you assign a particular compound is having D configuration or a particular compound is having L configuration? To this one, you have to take Fischer projection. On Fischer projection, at bottommost asymmetric center, the most electronegative atom are differentiating functional group. Most electronegative atom are differentiating functional group is on right side, that indicates D form. If it is on left side, that indicates L form. See, here it is in right side, that means it is the D configuration. If it is on a left side, that means that is L configuration. You can take an example here, students. See, this is the glyceraldehyde. By seeing this one, where is the differentiating functional group? It is on a right side of this chiral center. So it is the D-glyceraldehyde. If you can take mirror image of this D-glyceraldehyde, you will get L form of this isomer, nothing but L-glyceraldehyde. Suppose if a molecule is like this, once you see here, yes, this is COOH, this is CH3, this is hydrogen, and this is NH2. How can you assign D and L configurations for this molecule, students? To this one, first of all, you have to convert this structure into Fischer structure. So, while seeing this structure, the groups which are attached to this chiral center are back of the plane, nothing but small. The normal lines indicates back of the plane, and the dashed line and thick wedge indicates the front of the plane. So, the groups which are present back of the plane, you should write on a vertical line. By placing more oxidized group is on top of the vertical line, then what you have to do, this NH2 group attached with a thick line to this chiral center, so it is near to the observer, and the hydrogen is attached to this chiral center, that is little far from the observer. Now you can assign configuration for this one. NH2 is on left side, so it is L-alanine. This molecule name is alanine. In the same way, you can take mirror image of this alanine, you will get D-alanine. This is the D-alanine. You can take some more examples here. See which one is this molecule. This is the lactic acid, students. It is the lactic acid. How can you assign D and L configuration? While seeing this one, you can directly conclude it is a L lactic acid, but this is not L lactic acid. I mean, this is not, yes, it is not L lactic acid. Why? Because, see, we have a rule on Fischer projection. The most oxidized group should be taking place on top of the vertical line, and most reduced form should be taking place on bottom of the vertical line. So that you have to flip this molecule into 180 degrees rotation. Now you can get homomer of this this lactic acid. Then the groups will exchange their positions without disturbing their configurations. See, this is the Fischer form of lactic acid. Now you can assign it is the D-lactic acid because OH is on a right side. Now you can take mirror image to this one, that is L-lactic acid. See, this is the L-lactic acid. Next one, you can take glyceraldehyde. This is the glyceraldehyde. Which glyceraldehyde? This one, D-glyceraldehyde. Okay, if you can take glucose, that means till now we were discussed about the compounds which are having only one chiral center. If compounds which are having more than one chiral center, what will happen? See, it is the bottommost asymmetric center of glucose. See, here also OH is on the right side, so it is the D-glucose. Once try to observe this part of glucose and this part of glyceraldehyde will be same, and this glyceraldehyde is the plus glyceraldehyde. While observing experimental conditions, it is the dextrorotatory form, that means D-glyceraldehyde, small d. While seeing this one, you may have an I think you may conclude. See, it is a dextrorotatory form in experimental conditions, so we can directly assign the molecules which are having dextrorotation, those will comes under as a D configuration. The molecules which are having levorotation, those will comes under as a L configuration, but that is wrong one. Why it is wrong? Just try to take an example by correlating enantiomers of a molecule with glyceraldehyde. D plus glyceraldehyde you can take to correlate enantiomers of lactic acid. This is D plus glyceraldehyde. Now you can go to oxidize this D-glyceraldehyde at aldehyde group. This aldehyde group will converts into carboxylic group, remaining all will same. Now you can go to dehydrate this molecule. See, on dehydration, it will gives you, see here, OH from carboxylic group, hydrogen from this one. After that, you have to do oxidation to this molecule. This is hydrogen, this is OH, C double bond O, OH. Sorry, this is not oxidation, students, this is a reduction. Reduction. COOH, HOH, CH2. This will converts into this alcoholic group will converts into methylic group. So this is the lactic acid. This is which lactic acid? The OH group is on a right side, so that it is the D-lactic acid. Under experimental conditions, it was proved by, it is a minus, that means LEVO form of this lactic acid. Now you can take another reaction with respect to this glyceraldehyde. First you have to do reduction of this aldehydic group. You will get this aldehyde group will converts into methylic group. Remaining everything will be same. Then after you have to oxidize this alcoholic group present in last one. CH3 is same. Alcoholic group will becomes a carboxylic group OH. Now you can assign directly. I think you may go to assign. It is a D configuration because OH is on a right side, but that is wrong one, because the most oxidized group is on a bottom of this vertical line. That is wrong one. So that you can flip this molecule into 180 degrees, then the functional groups exchange their positions without disturbing their configuration. So this is the OH is on the left side, so it is the L-lactic acid. Under experimental conditions, it was given by, it is the plus lactic acid, students. So by seeing this one, what you have concluded here, the reaction starting with plus form of D-glyceraldehyde. That means this D-glyceraldehyde configuration compound is rotates in dextrorotation. But that is only possible for glyceraldehyde only, not for all molecules. After converting this D-glyceraldehyde into lactic acid, what you will get, one isomer of this D-glyceraldehyde will be the DL-lactic acid, another one D minus lactic acid, another one is L plus lactic acid. But the starting one is the D plus glyceraldehyde. There is no, while seeing this one, there is no relation between capital D and small d, capital L and small l. If D isomer is there, that may be dextrorotatory or levorotatory. If L isomer is there, that also may be dextro or levorotatory. You can't able to conclude directly by seeing a D configuration, it is the levorotatory or it is the dextrorotatory. Okay, there is no relation between these two. Coming to next one, this D and L configurations also known as relative configuration. Why we are called them as a relative configurations? By taking an example here, that is chain elongation reactions. See, to that one you have to take an aldose. This is an aldose, students. If this aldose going to be involved in nucleophilic substitution reactions in presence of sodium cyanide with HCl, then you will get two isomers of this aldose. this aldehyde group will be converts into alcoholic group. At that carbon, the OH group may be either right side or left side. But here there is no any disturbance at bottommost asymmetric center, the newly formed two isomers. The bottommost asymmetric centers of these two isomers same with respect to aldose, the starting aldose. See, here aldehyde group converts into alcohol. Here the one isomer OH is on right side, another isomer OH is on left side. That is not important here. See, this one you have to observe, bottommost asymmetric center. There is no any change in bottommost asymmetric configuration, asymmetric center configuration. This is the D configuration. Both molecules or both isomers are having D configuration. The starting aldose also, this is also D aldose. Here the nucleophilic substitution reaction is not taking place at bottommost asymmetric center. Because of this reason only, there is no disturbance taking place at asymmetric center, the differentiating asymmetric center. That one gives you configuration of that molecule. Some more examples we can see here. See, this is the mesotartaric acid, students. Mesotartaric acid. So, which configuration is it having? It is having D configuration. D-mesotartaric acid. If you can rotate the complete molecule in 180 degrees, you will get homomer of this molecule that will have L configuration. That means L-mesotartaric acid. Okay, now you can go to enantiomers of this tartaric acid. Those will comes under which configuration? Just try to observe here. See, this is the L-active tartaric acid because OH is on a left side. In the same way, enantiomer of this this one, see, this is D-active tartaric acid. These two are meso compounds, these two are the active compounds, these two are the enantiomers with each other, but these two are the homomers. I think you hope you are all understand about this video. If you have any doubt, please mention in comment section. Like these videos, share these videos to students or children who are having chemistry is one of their subject. Your like, your subscription, your comments will gives me more energy to make more videos regarding this subject. Thanks for watching. We will meet in next session. Bye students.